on, show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
This leads us to another little gem that we have.
Said jam it down your throat, but that's not good.
This is an adult.
Right.
This is adult context. This is called Jesus, Sex, and Politics. I feel like we're hitting all three of those in this episode.
Yes,
that's
we
amazing.
Need some children that learn a lot from Jesus.
Children, if you're listening, turn this off. Okay, there's the disclaimer.
Let's get into it. Today I have compiled a list of inappropriate comments that were made on the Jesus, Sex, and Politics podcast. I'm going to start off with talking about a comment they made about Mary and Jesus and the birth of Jesus, and then it just gets worse from there. I wonder how many people know or do not know about these comments. Let's get into it. In this first podcast clip I'm going to show you, they are talking about the nativity of Jesus, and they make some inappropriate comments about Mary.
It's a scandal right there because they weren't actually married yet and she was pregnant.
Well, for 1 year, they can't have intercourse. After she delivers Jesus, and then her and Joseph hook up, right? As they should. And that's
Netflixed and chilled back then. So was that true? Were there three wise men? Were they there right when the baby popped out of Mary's? Well, you know, were they there? I don't know where that was going. Were they there when Jesus was born?
Where do babies pop out in your family?
I don't know. We're not talking.
We're just getting started with this example, but in my opinion, if you call yourself leaders, you call yourself pastors, you are self-proclaiming that you are taking your faith seriously, and you are taking teaching others seriously. Talking about Mary and Jesus this way is not okay, and we'll get more into other examples. Like I said, we're just getting started. The next clip really speaks for itself. I think a lot of them do. Nathan mentions his wife. They're talking about Valentine's Day, and I'll just let you have a listen for yourself.
Valentine.
Hey, listen.
Valentine's Day.
Pastor or not is the question.
You don't pay me anything for this.
You're paid in like the friendship that I give you, the public perception of you. That's amazing now because of this podcast.
What does my wife say? What does my wife say about how I get paid?
I don't know.
I get paid to be a husband.
Well, do you really? She pays you
in many awesome ways, and I'm just telling you.
It says Jesus, Sex, and Politics. I guess you can't. I was going to say we don't talk about that here, but
I didn't say exactly what way.
Well,
I'm just saying that
you are dangerously close to the line of inappropriateness.
No, this is also supposed to be instructional, right? Don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
The next clip is I don't know why they're laughing. I don't know why they're laughing about this topic. The phrase that comes to mind is duper's delight. I mean, why would you take any sort of pleasure thinking about this topic in any sort of aspect, especially in a leadership role?
Back in Genesis 19,
okay,
when somebody said, "Hey, please don't rape the men that are at my door," right? The two angels. I'm just telling you what it says. Okay,
that took a turn. Oh man,
this is the angels that come in to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, and Lot is saying, "Hey, come into my house. You're gonna get hurt out here," and then everybody shows up to rape the angels. And here's Lot going, "Please don't do this. Don't do this."
And they continue laughing and just laughing. It makes you feel uncomfortable.
This wickedness was not the wickedness like I hear an argument that says, well, they were just really inhospitable. I do think that gang rape is inhospitable. That is absolutely inhospitable. But that is not the sin of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
Try again.
Yeah.
Try again.
That's right. It's amazing how we have these kind of cult-like Christians in some of these mainstream denominations that are trying to just
say that again for the people in the back.
Defy all kinds of sin.
Here's another clip that speaks for itself. They go on to talk about a topic that It's just gross. And if you note, Nathan, it's kind of hard to hear. You might miss it, but he says, and I quote, children learn a lot from Jesus' sex and politics before he's cut off by Micah.
Well, this leads us to another little gem that we have.
Said jam it down your throat, but that's not good in this particular conversation.
This is an adult.
Right.
This is adult context. This is called Jesus, Sex, and Politics. I feel like we're hitting all three of those in this episode.
Yes,
that's
we
amazing.
May need to put a disclaimer on this episode.
This is the disclaimer.
We have some children that learn a lot from Jesus.
Children, if you're listening, turn this off.
I need to give you some context for this next clip, but they were talking about how they're against the LGBTQ books in the libraries. And somebody was telling them how can you be against that? Doesn't the Bible have a lot of graphic parts of it, censorship, yada yada. Well, their argument is they're being sarcastic is this response that you're going to hear. I'm not going to repeat it. But I just want to point out the hypocrisy, because they're talking about what should and should not be allowed around children, yet they just joked about children listening to their podcast where they're talking about gross things.
That you don't illustrate.
You don't need to put it in cartoon form what is happening in this passage.
Could you imagine children's Bible?
I feel like we should animate classic cartoon style David cutting off the foreskins of 200 Philistines.
At children's level
needs.
Oh my gosh,
that needs to be on the Jesus, Sex, and Politics store. We don't even have a store, but I would create a store.
Could you imagine
if
how
we
many
created
people would buy
that? Would be amazing.
Bible.
We need to do that.
Oh my goodness.
The graphic illustrations in cartoon
You could do
form.
it with all the AI stuff.
You cannot make up the fact that these two brought up AI. If you know, you know.
Right now.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Hey, this is the picture we want you to create.
David cutting off the foreskins of 200 Philistines.
Now make it into a coloring page.
Color by numbers. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's terrible. All right, this leads us into
And we continue with just unnecessary comments. Can you even take these people seriously?
Well, just about that quick. Because you're made and figure out how to use these things called legs and
what's this thing between my legs?
No, I didn't say that. I said find out. Say what you heard. Holy cow!
This is Jesus, Sex, and Politics. We remind our listeners.
He didn't even have a wife yet. Jeez.
So that is interesting. But I've never.
Thank you very much for reminding us once again what your podcast is called. I think we've got the point from just a few brief clips. I'm curious if they know that the message that they're putting out is not any greater or any better than the very people that they condemn.
So what kind of people am I hanging out with? What are some detrimental things in my life in terms of like addictions or in terms of bad habits?
I'm going to leave you with this. These clips were found effortlessly after just a few minutes of scrolling through the transcripts and audio of their podcast. There is more. Of course, there's more. I just want to ask you, do you know who your leaders are? Do you know what they truly believe in? Have you listened and really listened to what they're saying? We need to be careful who it is that we're putting on a pedestal, who we're putting at the forefront, especially with something as important as faith.